Welcome the heck back, spooks. We are here to do the TBR game for November. I had a good break. I can't believe it's only been a month. It feels like many months has passed. But I have had a break. I got to read whatever I wanted in October, and I read all of the spooky books, the 4 romances, and yeah, it was a really enjoyable time. But you know what I missed? I missed my TBR game. So I am just putting back my prompt cards from September? September's the last time I did it, right? I'm going to keep them all. I had Something Spooky, Your Friend's Fave Book, Let My Cats Pick, a Magpie Pick, it's hard to say, a non-fiction book and a borrowed book. They're all going to go back in. I can't remember whether I completed my TBR game for September or not. I think I did, but I'm not going to roll the gold dice just because I don't remember for sure. Okay, so we're in a slightly different setup because we are in my office / book room, just because it's nice and cozy in here. I've got my autumn spooky decorations up, so the vibes in here are nice. Okay, let's stop yapping and let's start rolling. I'm so excited. We're starting off with a strong 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know how well you can see because my arm's going to be in the video. We're working with it, it's fine. I landed on the boost card that has the little cup of tea, and also a bonus card, and £1. So let me find all the cups of tea ones. They should be together. They're not together. Ooh, that's one, that's another. There's a third and a fourth. Okay, we will pick that out now. Okay, picking one at random, and I will show you first. We're going to go with this one. Read at home with a hot drink. Gladly. We also need to pick up a bonus card. Did I shuffle these? I can't remember. I'll shuffle them and then I can just pick from the top and it'll be nice and easy. I'm so glad to be back, honestly. I enjoyed having the chance to mood read in October, and I do really like mood reading, but I have been so excited to play the game. My boost card is double the tiles coins, so I'm putting £2 in my little tray. You can't see that, but you're just gonna have to trust me. Okay, let's roll again. Did I do everything? I did the coffee, the bonus, the £2. I don't want to miss anything. I feel like whenever I'm editing, I look back and I've missed something. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is a prompt, our first prompt, and £1. £1 going in. It fell back out again. If I could pick things up with my nail, that would be ideal. We'll go like a quarter of the way down the pack and show you first. A book by a self-published author. Interesting. So what I mean by that is the book can be self-published itself, or it can be a book that was originally self-published and was then picked up by a traditional publisher. So I'll have a look later. I don't know at the top of my head. I know I've got Meg Smitherman on my shelf, who was originally self-published and has now been picked up, which is amazing. Otherwise, not sure what's on my shelf that matches that. We'll see. Let's do, I did put the money in. I'm really rusty. Let's do the next roll. For this game, I'm just going to play the entire game and then we'll go pick some books because I'm comfy. And my camera is set up kind of precariously. If I move, I feel like I'll knock things over and it will just be chaos. So we're moving 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is £1 and a prompt. Let's get the pound. We're going like halfway down. There, show you first. Translated from a different language. Love. I think I've probably got a few on my shelf that would be good for that one. Okay, I did the money. Next roll. Oh, it fell on the floor. Where did it go? Oh, it landed on the floor. It's a 2, but that doesn't count. We'll try again. Try and keep it. It was a 1 this time. Oh, and well, I'm glad it didn't count because I landed on the book with the flowers, boost card, a bonus, and a £1. So we'll get the £1. Let's get the... Oh, did I just put the prompts on top of the bonus cards? Did you see me do that? And while we've got half of these bonuses in my hand, I will just pick one at random. We're going to go for this one. And I dropped it. It is double up, 1 book, 2 prompts. Love that one, that's a good one. I still do want to do some mood reading in November. November? Yeah. I'd quite like to start on my maybe Christmassy books later in the month, and I would like to finish off some spooky things at the beginning of the month, so I still have some things I need to do. Oh, I didn't do my booster card. So I need the little book with flowers, which is... no, not there, that one. Okay, let's pick one at random. I can't even remember what this is. I know journaling may be one of them. Visit a bookshop. Gladly. Oh, I need to keep it out, don't I? Okay, sounds good to me. I do want to get started on my Christmas shopping, so that might be good. Did I do the pound? Can't remember. I think I did it first. We're just going to assume I did. Next roll, that's a 3. 1, 2, 3. I landed on a boost again. I get £1 and a boost. There's the pound, and the boost is the typewriter. I hope that's something to do with writing, because I need to get back into writing in November. I am going to do a writing challenge. I'm not doing NaNoWriMo. I think after they had made some comments last year, it did collapse this year. I don't know if that's related, but I don't think it's a thing anymore. So I am doing a writing challenge that is hosted by the National Centre of Writing, which is based in the city that I'm in, which is Norwich, England. And I'm really excited. So I'm hoping that I'm going to pick something to do with writing. And it's this one. Bookish Insta caption. That's cool. I do have a spreadsheet where whenever I have a really interesting quote that I like, I put it into my spreadsheet and what it could be used for. So I'm ready to start doing that. I will. Okay, next roll. We've not had many prompts and we've got a double up. It's being kind to me. That wasn't a very good roll. And it lands on a boost again. I am going to roll again. 4, that's a prompt. 1, 2, 3, 4. £2 and a prompt. There's the £2. Prompt, let's go further down this time. Like, okay, there feels like it's meant to be. A book with an ugly cover. Oh, I love that so much. That's when I read Garden Spells by Sarah Addison Allen and was obsessed with it and got 5 stars. That's the last time I had that prompt, I think. That was a long time ago. Okay, last roll. Now I'm 5 away from the finish, so I would like a 2, a 3. No, a 2 or a 3 would be really nice. I would take a 4, but I don't want to finish yet. Oh, it landed. It didn't land properly. It didn't count. It kind of landed on 2, but then it fell to a 4, which would have been the moon boost. That's a 3! Evidence. I didn't fix it, I promise. It's got to be a proper roll. It has to land flat, not on the floor and not on the wonk. 1, 2, 3. That is £2 and a prompt. I want to have a bit of a challenge this month. We'll go kind of near the top. A book from a subscription. Good, because I need to get through some of those. Now I did my unhaul. Now I did my unboxing. I always call an unboxing an unhaul. Quite the opposite. Now I've done my unboxing, I have loads to pick from. So I know I got a spooky one that I'd really like to read. So I might start with that one. But let's roll it. It could be a 1, you never know, but we're almost at the finish line. It's a 5. We have finished. Let's recap. This is a strange one this time. That's a boost, that's a boost, that's a bonus. We've got 4 prompts. Okay, that's pretty good. 4 prompts, 3 boosts and 1 bonus. So my prompts are a book with an ugly cover, a book from a subscription, translated from a different language, and a book by a self-published author. Okay, I can double up, so we can assess what's on the shelves. That is what my boost says, double up. And then my 3 boosts are read at home with a hot drink, visit a bookshop, and a bookish Insta caption. Fun. Okay, let's go see what's on the shelf. Are you ready to pick some books? Mario sure is. Mario, say hi to the people. Okay, I failed to mention that I got 10 coins in that, so I've got £10 to spend on books in the month. And it's perfect because one of my boost cards is to go to a bookshop. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Anyway, let's get to the good stuff, which is picking the books. So I do have that double up. I need to remember that. I've got 4 prompts that I need to get through. A book by a self-published author. And like I said, I can only think of Meg Smitherman on my shelf. I'm sure that's not the only author on my shelf that is originally a self-published author. Translated from a different language should be quite easy. A book from a subscription. I do feel like translated and subscription might be quite easy to tie in. And a book with an ugly cover. Now I am halfway through some books, I think maybe 3, but I am not picking those for these. I'm going to try and finish those separate to the challenge because I've only got 4. If I'd got more prompts, I mean technically 3 prompts. If I had got more, then maybe I would have used the books that I'm halfway through or partway through. There's one book that I'm like 10 pages into or something and it's 1,000 pages. Can you guess what it is? But for this occasion, I will pick 4 brand new books to read in the month of November. So let's see what's on the shelf. I'm going to start with a book with an ugly cover. Let's get you handheld so you're close and personal with the books. Mario's picking now is a really great time to clean himself on the desk. So if you hear cleaning sounds, that's him. Let me see what I'm like really excited to read, and then I can assess if it's got an ugly cover. So one of these books is the new... Oh dear, this is risky biz. I don't think it's that one anyway. Maybe it's this one. No, I think it is this one. The Naked Light by Bridget Collins, which I am dying to read. I don't think this is it. Ah, that's You Weren't Meant to Be Human. Interested to read that? Oh, it's this one. I knew it was red. Why have I sandwiched these in so tightly? Oh my... Oh no! My witchy pencil. Okay, let's just leave you down there. I think... Oh, that sounded like you got damaged on the way out. I really do want to read this, but that is not an ugly cover. I don't know if it fits in for any of the other prompts. It's not translated, it's not from a subscription book. What was my other one? Oh, self-published. I don't think so. Okay, never mind then. What's this one up here? The Isle in the Silver Sea. Oh yeah, I did just receive that one. Not sure I'm in the mood for that just yet. I need to remind myself what all these are. I think this one is... Why are they so hard to get out? The Tarot Reader of Versailles by Anya Bergman. Not from a subscription book, not an ugly cover, not translated. I don't know about self-published. I feel like I need one that's more obviously self-published. Watermoon? That's The Sirens. That's Academy for Liars. Maybe Watermoon would be good, because that's a subscription box, and I assume it's translated? I feel like with subscription box they often are, which is cool. Let me check. Oh, boo! Not translated. Girly Pop just wrote in English. What a bloody genius. Okay, I know all these are going to be nice covers, so that's not going to work for ugly cover. None of those will work for ugly cover. Oh, is Beyond the Black Door self-published? Oh, it literally says Squarefish. Then Meg Smitherman says that. Oh, I don't know. I know Meg Smitherman was self-published originally. Let me do some Googling. Okay, I'm back. I had to do a little research. I did find out that Manhunt by Gretchen Felker Martin wasn't self-published originally, but the author did come from self-published background. Meg Smitherman, I already said, did. I did a quick look at some other ones that I wanted to read, like Diavola. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. That wasn't. And then I looked up Jay Penner, because A Fellowship of Librarians and Dragons I really need to read in November, because I want to read the Christmassy one, funnily enough, in December. And guess what? Jay Penner was originally self-published, which makes sense because it was really hard to find. When I read the first book, it was really hard to find the covers that all matched, because I wanted the first book to match these covers. But eventually I did, and I think that's because they were originally self-published. So that seems to make a lot of sense to me, that I should probably read that one, because the author came from self-published backgrounds. And it's book 2 in the Identifies series, and the covers are beautiful. It does not fit the ugly cover prompt, nor was it translated, nor is it from a subscription book, but it does fit self-published. But we were actually here to look at a book with an ugly cover, so let me go back to books I want to read and see if any of them... The fear is I tend to buy books based on the covers, and a lot of these just have really beautiful covers. So that does not help me whatsoever. What's behind little spooky gadgets? Please nothing fall on the floor. But Mario, you are not helping the situation. Do you hear me? You're not helping the situation. You're so cute. He's been banned. I'm on my lunch break and he is banned from the office when I'm working, and he hates it. He gets so mad. Oh, I forgot I bought that. I know that I really want to read both of these, The Lamb and A Sunny Place for Shady People, and I know they're both going to have really beautiful covers, so that's pointless. Oh, I really want to read Hazelthorn. That just arrived. That's a pre-order. Why are you doing this to me? Why are all your covers so gorgeous? This is the problem with horror. Their covers are just like stunning, but horror is kind of what I want to read at the moment. No, So Thirsty by Rachel Harrison. Beautiful. Oh gosh, it's not going back in. I really want to read The Wolf and the Woodsman. The cover's not ugly. It's not great, but it's not ugly. I know Paladin's Grace has a beautiful cover. Why the Bog Wife? Ooh, risky. Nope, that's a gorgeous cover. Okay, Kirsty Logan. Some of her older books did not have cute covers, that's for sure. And we've got a 3 here. Okay, that's a contender. That's pretty ugly. Sorry, Kirsty. Like, absolutely love you. You're the best, but that's an ugly cover. No, that's kind of cute. What else? Oh, we've got the Gloaming. They're all together. That's also kind of cute. Okay, so Gracekeepers is a maybe. That's pretty ugly. It just looks cheesy, and Kirsty Logan isn't cheesy, so... A flooded world, a floating circus, 2 women in search of a home. North lives on a circus boat with her beloved bear, keeping a secret that could capsize her life. Callanish lives alone in the middle of the ocean, tending to the graves of those who die at sea. As penance for a terrible mistake, she has become a gracekeeper. A chance meeting between the two draws them magnetically to one another and to the promise of a new life, but the waters are treacherous and the tide is against them. Oh my gosh. Oh, it says if you love Margaret Atwood, you'll love this. Okay, that's definitely an ugly cover. That's upsetting. I'd love to read that, but that's... I knew that was going to be cute. I don't know why I looked. I know all of these are... How's the bottom of the lake? That might be boring. It's not ugly. It's boring, but it's not ugly. I know that is. That is ugly, but I just don't particularly want to read it right now. But you're an ugly cover, sorry. I know all those are nice covers. Yeah, that's beautiful. Nettle and Bone is kind of cool. I know all of these are going to have good covers. Manhunt? Let me look at Beyond the Black Door. It's not great. Yeah, it's not great actually at all. Kamai was warned to never open the black door, but she didn't listen. Everyone has a soul. Some are beautiful gardens, others are frightening dungeons. Soul walkers like Kamai and her mother can journey into other people's souls while they sleep. Ugh, obsessed. But no matter where Kamai visits, she sees the black door. It follows her into every soul, and her mother has told her to never open it. When Kamai touches the door, it is warm and beating like it has a pulse. When she puts her ear to it, she hears her own name whispered from the other side, and when tragedy strikes, Kamai does the unthinkable, she opens the door. It's dark fantasy, featuring intrigue, romance, asexuality. Ugh, it looks so good, but it's so big. And the gloaming is much shorter. Sorry sir, you're going back in. Okay, I think we will move on to subscription and translated. So we want a subscription book and translated from another language. So, what have we got up here? None of those are subscription books, which is surprising because usually the hardback ones are. That's a subscription book. Watermoon is, Sirens isn't, Naked Light isn't, Tarot Reader isn't. I don't think Andrew Joseph White is translated, but that is a beautiful cover. Did I check whether this one was translated? Let me look. Don't think that's translated. I think we're out of subscription books, unless I go into my overflow where I was doing the subscription challenge. I have these ones, but they were part of a separate challenge. I guess I might have to just pick one. I wish Chuck Wendig was translated because I would love to read that. Let me have a dig through. Rachel Gillig, no. The House of Flight.
Okay, we did have to go slightly rogue and give up on doubling up, which feels like a travesty, but it does mean for translated fiction, I can read Mariana Enriquez's A Sunny Place for Shady People, translated by Megan McDowell. Let's do a recap.
Okay, did this go to plan? Well, no, it did not. But are we still going to commit to this? Yes, we are. I'm going to recap for you, and it's got a little bit of a spoiler in here, but I think I'm okay with that. I think I've made my life slightly easier for November because it was going to be a challenge, but it's also pushing me along. Let me explain. For the prompt, a book from a subscription, I struggled because if you've seen my recent video, which was the Mighty Book Haul, and I'm beginning a subscription book box battle, so I can't really pick any of those books that are hidden away in the cupboard because they're part of another challenge. However, I do have and have begun reading. I don't know if you got my little hint earlier of my 1,000 page book. I am reading Alchemised at the moment. Yeah. It's 1,000 pages. I lied. I'm on page 50. And I'm reading this for another video, solely of me reading this and giving my thoughts. So, spoiler alert, that's coming soon. And maybe it's coming more soon than I realised because I now have to read this in November. That's good to push me along because I've been delaying it. It's intimidating, but it is a book from a subscription. It's from Illumicrate. Fairy Loot. I'm a liar, sorry. I haven't got the dust jacket on because I've already started reading it. It's beautiful. I don't know what to tell you about it. I'm 50 pages in. That's the book I'm going to read in November. Great. I am very pleased about this one. The prompt was translated from a different language, and I have the pleasure of reading A Sunny Place for Shady People by Mariana Enriquez, translated by Megan McDowell. Now, the very, very cool thing about this is that I got this from an author talk. I went to listen to Mariana Enriquez talk about graveyards. It was so cool, and she signed my copy for me. She was a enigmatic, hilarious person to listen to, and she had very high praise for her translator, Meg McDowell, so I'm so excited to read this one, and it is short stories, which I think will help when I'm reading a 1,000 page book already this month. So can't wait to read this one. I have read the other short stories that Mariana Enriquez has written, which is The Things We Lost in the Fire, The Dangers of Smoking in Bed. I haven't read Our Share of Night, which is her full-length novel, but I've read her other short stories and like them very much, so I think I'm gonna like this one. For the prompt, a book with an ugly cover, I can only apologise. I'm going to read The Gracekeepers by Kirsty Logan. I love Kirsty Logan. I read 2 of her books, which I cannot tell you what they are. I read Now She Is Witch and Things We Say in the Dark and loved them both. I think she might be fast becoming one of my favourite authors. But this is a slightly different genre, I think. I've read kind of her witchy horrors, kind of unsettling, maybe gothic. This seems like it's more magical. It's a bit fantasy maybe a mystery. I'm very excited to read one of her older ones. So the cover, look, I struggled a little bit because a lot of the covers on my shelf are beautiful, but this one, it doesn't do it for me. It's the art style. I don't like the girl in the boat. It's not for me, but it's not ugly. It's not hideous. It's just like a little bit ugly, you know? I mean, same. And then finally, for the prompt, a book by a self-published author. You will have already heard my spiel, but I am going to be reading A Fellowship of Librarians and Dragons by Jay Penner. And that is because the author comes from self-published backgrounds, which is where I think I had to kind of slightly change the prompt. As soon as I picked it, I knew I'd have to do that because I've got a few self-published books on my shelf, but I'm not overly excited to read them at this very moment in time. But I do have to read this one because I want to read the third one in December. So very excited to read this one. It is a fantasy magical land. It's very, very cozy. The covers, this could never fit the ugly prompt. It's beautiful. I think they're some of my favourite covers of all time. The detail, the illustrations, glorious. Maybe it'll tell me who the illustrator is. Maybe it will. Panic not, my friends. Cover design by Erin Fitzsimmons, cover art by Katie Daisy. I'm very pleased. It's beautiful. Here is the stat, and you know what, spooks? I thought I'm giving myself an easy ride in November, and then Alchemised entered the chat. I think it's doable. Do you think it's doable? I don't know. Alchemised is going to kill me off, I'm pretty sure. I have high hopes for it. I think I'm going to enjoy it when I get to the end, but right now I'm in world building or info dumping as I like to call it for this one, and I'm in the trenches. Wish me luck. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being patient with me while I mood read whatever I wanted in October, and I look forward to giving this a good go, and I'll be back with another TBR game very, very soon. Bye!
Let me show you a place.